Welcome back, everybody, to the Search Show 24/7. This is Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part Dose. So let's get right into it, guys.
I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
All right, guys, Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 2. Now, Part 1 left you with that great promise that the Joker will be back with the Batman? Darling. So, that just left you with the, oh, I can't wait until part 2, because that's where it really starts to really sink in. Because when you read the book, when you read the book, the first part was like, okay, good. The Two-Face part was, it was cool. The Harvey part, it was okay. But then that Joker part starts getting in, and he's out of retirement because his favorite person is back out of retirement too. So he needs to be out of retirement. You just feel it, and then the adaptation of it, like from book to animation, is just so flawless. It's just so perfect. Like what I read in the book, I imagine that's how it looks on the screen. That's how they did it, and it's just amazing to just watch it. And I'm okay with Ben Linus from Lost being Joker. I'm cool with that. He always had that creepy type feel to it. He has that like older Joker. Like if Joker was older, he'll look just like the guy from Lost. So I got along with that, and that never bothered me at all. So I thought it was great voice acting by, and just the whole psychological part of how Batman is basically being pushed to his limits by his greatest foe, which is Joker. Because Joker is back and he's more crazier than ever. Because in the books he's killing kids and shooting everybody left and right, and they show that and just made it just more tense and just more like epic and like. Oh man, like, and because you know what's coming next, like the whole love tunnel scene, that's coming. But then, that's coming because you read it in the book. But what they do is they play it out so good, and the way they animate it, like you forget, like I forgot, like this is the part, this is the part where he kind of breaks Joker's neck, and then Joker finishes it by himself and he kills himself or whatever. But Batman still had a very big part in it, and just having that whole Joker in flames and still smiling, and Batman's like, "What? Stop smiling" and stuff. It was just so it just grabbed me in the seat. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe they're actually getting away with this. Like they're actually, this is it right here. This is like the masterpiece. And that's not even the best part, because what's so good about this is so crazy, because and it gets my head hurt because it's just so crazy that you think like, oh, how can they top this? But then like as soon as when you read the book and stuff, you forget, like, oh my God, you forgot the Superman part. And that's what, yes, the Joker part was just crazy and epic and had you on the edge of the seat. But when you really look back at it, the part that you really want to see, like in the live actions, in animation, and just in like two like hobos dressed up as Superman and Batman, the only thing you want to see in life is Batman versus Superman. I don't care who it is, what person it is. If you don't like Batman, if you don't like Superman, every person in the world wants to see that fight. That's like, I'm sorry to get like religious or anything, but that's like Jesus fighting God or something. You know what I mean? Like something like that. It's just so like, I can't believe this has actually happened. And that whole fight with Batman versus Superman, it was just like a dream come true, because I remember reading this as a kid. I was like, they're not gonna actually fight. They're talking about fighting, and Superman's talking about like Batman. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you one day, and Batman's like, you can try, go ahead, may the best man win. But you don't really think to actually do it. But when they do it in the book and when they do it in the movie, you're like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh my God, this is everything. This is the holy grail. This is a masterpiece. I can't believe Frank Miller actually thought of this and thought, okay, Batman needs to fight Superman, because that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? That's just how life is. And I love the fact that Superman acknowledges the fact that he always knew, Superman and Batman, they both acknowledges the fact that they always knew it was always going to have to come down to them two. From all the superheroes they ever met, from all the Justice League to the all these people, they always knew like one day it was going to be Batman and Superman, and we can't have both of them. They knew that, and that's what just made the whole storyline, when you watch it, just so memorable, because they knew it, the audience knew it, and now you're just on that ride. You know what I mean? You're just on that ride, that roller coaster, and you don't want to let your hands down, because you're like, oh my God. So, man, when you talk about a tense fight scene, and what's so crazy about this, as much as Superman is just the all-American hero, in the movie, you're kind of booing against the guy, because he's kind of a villain. You know what I mean? It's so weird to say that, but he's kind of a villain. He's kind of the bad guy, because he's fighting Batman. Like, come on, dude, this is Batman. Like, I thought you was the goody two shoes. You can't fight Batman, but he chooses to fight Batman, and you're booing against him, and you're rooting for Batman, even though for some reason you know Batman can't beat Superman, but in your mind everybody knows Batman can beat Superman if he wants, and that's the thing that just gets everybody, because people, when you first look at the whole competition, like, oh, Batman can't beat Superman. Superman's basically a god. You know, he has every power. But then other people are like, come on, dude, he's Batman. You know, you give him the Batman routine, like he's Batman. You can't explain it, but you know for a fact Batman has a plan. And I love the way that plays out in this movie in part 2, because Batman, he tests his limits. He pushes his own limits, because he knows for a fact that he has something up his sleeve. Superman doesn't know it, but Batman always has. That's what I always loved about Batman. Even when he fails, he remembers, and he overcomes it, and he learns from it. You know what I mean? He learns his lesson to better himself. So I love the fact, like, when he finally gets that moment where he knocks Superman on his ass, you know, he picks him up and says, you know, this is like this kryptonite potion, and yes, you're hurting right now, but you're not gonna die. I just made it strong enough to just knock you on your ass for a second, because I want you to know the only person who can ever beat you is me. So I want you to live to know that if I wanted to, I could kill your ass right here and there. And I'm like, I'm in love with this man right here. I am in love. I swing that way now for some reason. When he said that, I'm like, I didn't know I'd go that way, but for Batman, I go that way. For when he says that, he's like, I want you to know that. I want you to know that I am the only man that can beat you. And he's like, and when he's explaining, he's like, it took me years to get this potion, to concoct this idea, money, but he said it was all worth it, because he knew for a fact one day it would have to come down to him and Superman. And I loved it. Overall, it was a phenomenal into a book, to an adaptation. Part 1 was amazing. Part 2 brought it to a whole nother level. Part 2 brought it to a whole nother level, and it was everything that I can imagine. Overall, I give part 1 a 4.9, part 2 a 5, overall a 10, and that doesn't even make sense when you think about it, but I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just so hard to explain, man. Like, I'm like kicking myself in the butt, because I knew I had to do this review, but I was like, I'm going to just be geeking out all the time. I'm not even going to be doing a review, just stuff that I like. But overall, I thought it was great. It was fantastic. What did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy this? What was your favorite part of this? I really did enjoy all the voice actors, just the direction of it. I love the fact that the directors, the writers, they stayed true to the source materials, but they also expanded it, which was very good. It was very delightful. It was great. Please, if you haven't gone and saw Batman Part 1 and Batman Part 2, The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2, go out and buy it. Phenomenal. Guys, as always, this is the Cirque Show 24/7. Be easy.